I don't know whether to say good evening or good afternoon, but welcome to Boston, Janet. It's a pleasure to have you here. We wanted to get to know more about what NSSF is all about. Could you briefly tell us, first of all, introduce yourself to the viewer, tell us who you are and where you're based, and why are you in Boston of all places?
Thank you so much, Ronnie. My name is Janet Mugume. I'm the manager real estate sales at National Social Security Fund. That's the, if you've worked in Uganda privately, not in government, you would have been, remitting some money to NSSF. Well, your employer would. So I work with NSSF. I think to really just briefly summarize, who we are a National Social Security Fund is a retirement fund. And we invest the savers' money to try and create return on investment for them to be able to pay out, better interests. And our portfolio is diversified into fixed income, equities, and real estate. Real estate being the smallest portfolio. So that's where I come in. We have obviously developed quite a few properties, a few projects. Some are commercial developments, but I'm here in the capacity of residential developments. I have been selling real estate at NSSF since 2019. And yeah, I'm here to talk about our biggest and I would call it our flagship product, which is Solana, and also just to give an overview of what else we have in the pipeline that will be coming on.
Well, you've heard it right there from Jeanette. We just wanted to hear a little bit. I had a chance to visit Lubowa. I saw quite a number of developments, and I got some feedback as well. Some people had a little bit of concern when it came to prices and all that. But we'll delve into that a little later. But I wanted you to tell us. I've had products that are being developed in Temangalo. I've had Lubowa, and then Mbuya. What can you briefly tell the diaspora that might be watching you right now? That what are some of the kind of the hot items that you guys have, and what are how can they be part of those projects that you guys are putting out there?
Right. Firstly, I forgot to say why I'm here in Boston.
Okay.
I'm here attending the Buganda Bumu Convention. It's a biannual event, and we see this as really a prime opportunity, like a prime space and community to talk to people in the diaspora. Because it's true, a lot of my customers and clients back home are diaspora people who are trying to move there, and I think we have the project that fits the what they're accustomed to living away. Just to talk about Solana, like I had said, and I will go into the others in a little detail, but Solana is a master planned community that sits on 500 plus acres. So what I'm pushing now is phase 1 of our project. Phase 1 has 6 gated communities of villas, townhouses, bungalows, and apartments. And those are 3 gated communities of apartments. I think the biggest thing is it's a good long-term investment for you guys. It has the amenities, and we've really invested in the infrastructure of this project. It speaks for itself. I think I like to say that I can show you better than I can tell you. So I come here to firstly create that awareness about what is being done there. People know NSSF exists, but they don't know that we're actually an up and coming and large developer there, and want to be paid attention to, one that is, we're building high quality, good quality, products that will stand the test of time, that fit the requirements and needs of the different customers. So Solana is our more high-end project. It's located in Lubowa, which, as you know, is really a sought-after area. We have Temangalo Housing Project, which is going to be about 3,500 units in totality when we're done, but we should be launching soon with about 500 units. That is part of our affordable housing project. We have Chanja, which is also in the pipeline, which is going to have 2 and 3 bedroom apartments that will be coming up in the future. And these are all different price points for the different customer. So I think to kind of summarize, everyone, is paying special attention to Solana, but we have so much on, in the pipeline or that is already there for the customers.
Okay.
And seeing as we're talking about Solana that I'm here to talk about, really, I think it would be remiss of me not to talk about why I think it is,
Yeah, because I wanted to ask you, why would anyone want to buy from NSSF as opposed to any other developers that might be out there?
Right.
How would you rate your product compared to others? And then at the same time, why would someone choose to go to NSSF? Does that in a way help, especially someone in the diaspora, to be able to save on some of the, literally, if they're going in that direction, will they get any of the benefits that you guys offer as a a pension fund and stuff like that.
Right.
I wanted you to also touch on stuff like that. But anyhow,
Firstly,
focus
I'm
on
biased.
why
I'm
they
biased
should
when you
choose
say why
you.
should they come?
Yeah.
Why should they not come?
Yeah.
I think the very obvious one for me is NSSF brand. We've worked on this, we've built it, and our product is a reflection of the kind of time, effort, thought process, the quality. We really try to not just talk about it, but to show it.
Yeah.
Our products are, in my opinion, I admit I'm biased, but it's good quality products. We have thought about, what does a diaspora customer, for example, need? You guys come and visit and head back. We have a lock and go property.
Okay.
We have a property that is secure. It is located close to all the amenities. We are thinking long term. Like I said, this is a master planned project. We've just started with phase 1 of residential, but the next phases will have some commercial bits there. We're looking at green spaces, just trying to build a little satellite city that makes people comfortable. Because we own so much land, I like to say we are kind of zoning it for you. We're building communities that are well organized. You won't wake up tomorrow and there's a bar that has opened next to you that is, chaotic. If you're an investor, this is a great place for you too, and who's, considering buying in Uganda. Tenants, people want to live, a lot of expats, a lot of business people or people who work in the country are looking for places like those, communities that are safe, that they can live in.
I just wanted to have you talk about the issue of price, because when I visited Luboa, one of the complaints, or not complaints, concerns the diaspora did have was pricing. So one of the things I wanted you to tell the viewer then, I know that you've talked very well about the product and how it speaks for itself, but how do you justify the prices for some of your products?
The pricing, and I will say we had a sale that has been ongoing because we understand the concern, and I really will ask anybody to come and look at our pricing currently against our competitors in the market, or rather not our competitors, comparable properties around, and we are market priced. We are not pricing significantly higher. If that was a concern, it has been addressed, and that is what we are doing right now. And on top of the fact that there's a sale that we considered and revisited and restructured, we have good payment terms. We are offering you 5 years to complete this payment, right? We don't charge you an interest for that. And that time frame we feel is a conducive time for one to comfortably pay for a project without really incurring a mortgage option. We are not saying don't get the mortgage, but we are just trying to say that we're meeting you halfway. We also allow people to take possession at 40%.
Okay.
We think that's a good incentive for, someone who maybe has been paying rent somewhere else. Now you're able to come and live in here
And
after
how
paying
long do
40%.
I have to pay off that property?
We give you 5 years, like I said, for you to finish it. Unless, of course, you go the mortgage route, which we have no problem with at all. And, that will allow you to come in. Because our main goal is to try and get return on investment for our developments.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think price is an issue. Okay. I personally believe that we are well priced. I keep telling people, if you can look within the area of where we're located, and if you know Luboa, a lot of the people in the diaspora that I've spoken to are actually knowledgeable in the area, and they know that it's a very upmarket area. And for the area and the amenities and the infrastructure that we put in that place, truly, I do believe we are fairly priced. I 1,000% believe that.
So the other issue I would probably, and maybe the concern the viewer might have, is that a lot of our people here have been fleeced by a lot of people.
Yes.
And they have a lot of cold feet when it comes to investing back home. I wanted you to touch on issues to do with leasehold versus freehold, and how basically, if someone is looking to buy a property as an investment through NSSF, how that would be beneficial to them, and whether you have mechanisms to help them. If you could touch on that. And then the other thing I wanted you to touch on is that how can they also be able to continue the conversation with you,
right,
or your team when you get back to Kampala? Absolutely. I know that a lot of them know Mr. Patrick Kayota, who was part of our diaspora. We used to be a leader here in UNA many years ago. But at least people tend to buy people they know, or people Absolutely. They basically know that the product they are representing is solid. Tell us how they can be follow-up sort of conversations as far as this is concerned, and then address the issue of ownership, especially given the Uganda land laws.
Right. So firstly, those for me are two different things to talk about. The first one is people being fleeced.
Yes.
It is an unfortunate truth in Uganda, and I hate to say that I've kind of benefited to some extent in the sense that because I know it's hard for people to buy real estate from far. So, they're sending money back home, asking people to help them, develop. Unfortunately, quite a few of my customers are people who have been in that situation, who maybe sent it back and then they get to the point where they're like, no, I need to find something that's done. And they have come and been pleasantly surprised by us. They've come and seen that this is organized, that we're not just selling a dream, that the project actually does look like what we're advertising. The second thing is, like I said, and one of our NSSF's biggest things is our brand. We have a lot to lose. We are a government parastatal, we are governed, we have laws and regulations that we have to meet. So we are not in the business of scamming people or fleecing them, like you'd said. Mm-hmm. And that is something that we can bank on. And I think that sets us apart from private developers, is that we actually are held accountable for what we put out there and how we put it out there. And as far as us trying to talk to people here in the diaspora and for them to get to know us, this is my second time in the US pushing this product, and I hope to become a face that everybody remembers. But more than that, I have a phenomenal team on ground in Uganda, a sales team who are available. We will go the extra mile if we have to video call you and show you. If you have family or friends in Uganda that need to come and see it, we are more than open to do that. And also, we truly understand that the decision of buying a house is not an easy one. In my experience, people who actually cross the line will take anywhere up to 5 to 7 visits before they can commit and say, you know what, I actually think I'm happy to take this. And so we understand that. We know that it's not a quick decision that you make on a whim. And even when we're doing these trips and like these events that we do, it's a sensitization, it's an awareness thing, and it's a come to Uganda, come see what we have on offer, and you can make your decision. Regarding the titling, for Ugandan citizens, if you have the right documentation for our current project, you'd get a freehold title. However, all condominiums have leasehold titles. For non-Ugandan citizens, it's normally they're restricted to leasehold. But that is really something which we manage with you as it's a case-by-case basis. Depending on what product you choose, we'll be upfront about what kind of titling you would be getting. But we are transparent. We are held accountable by the different, we're a big brand and a good one too. I think we're trustworthy. That's the best way I can put it.
What are some of the properties in Luboa? And for instance, depending on the pricing and the ranges or what kind of homes people might be interested in, what could you tell the viewer are the different types of properties you have in Luboa?
Okay, so in Solana, at Solana Lifestyle and Residences, phase 1 is 6 gated communities. We have 3 gated communities of apartments. We have Savannah Heights. I guess this is, I'll share soft copies of these brochures, but this is really an apartment block with about 70 apartments, 20 of them are lofts, and they're 2 and 3 bedroom units. I have Luma Place, which is another block of apartments. These ones are only 46 apartments, and of which 6 are penthouses. These are 2, 3, and 4 bedroom units. I have Verdana Terraces, which are townhouses. Townhouses are something, I think, a product type that you're familiar with here in the diaspora, but they're all 3 bedroom, the 53 units, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and some of them have a servant's quarters, depending on what your choice is. I have Valera Villas, which has been our very well-received product. I unfortunately think that they might be booked out, all of them, but they are 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, with a servant's quarters, really big product. We have the bungalows. We have, it's called Kilima Ridge. That is 3 bedroom and 4 bedroom houses that have domestic servants' quarters at the back. I think the last one that I wouldn't have mentioned is Lyra Views. It's another block of apartments. And also these have 2 and 3 bedroom units and penthouses. Now, we have been selling for some time, so some units have been taken, so time is of the essence. If you're interested to come in now and see what we have available. I think a key feature that I hadn't talked about is the fact that each gated community, apart from being gated, as you would imagine, has a community, a clubhouse. Clubhouses where you have a children's play area, you have a swimming pool, you have multi-purpose space there. There's showers by the pool. You can host your guests in this clubhouse. We really we wanted to make it a community feel, but one where you have space to do co-curricular activities, where your children are not confined, for example, to an apartment. They have somewhere they can play. It is secure. We have CCTV cameras on the site. We have Wi-Fi that has been, the cabling that has been done for you guys. We have invested in this project.
Oh, wow.
We really and truly have. So 6
Well,
gated communities, 6 well-designed, houses. Some are now gone, but we encourage you to come by. We want to, try and move past phase 1 and get into the next one.
Okay.
So the sooner we can, move them, the better.
And any physical address, especially if they're in Kampala and they want to
Yes,
stop by?
it is in Lubowa. If you are familiar with Lubowa, after Quality Shopping Village, we own 600 acres. So to give you an actual plot number is a bit hard for me. But past Quality Shopping Village, you drive past International School of Uganda and we're down the road. Phase 1, you cannot miss us.
Okay.
We are a big
And they can also come to
development.
Pilkington Road.
They can come. We have a sales suite actually on site, a proper office with office space. My team sits there.
Yeah.
They meet clients every day, walk-ins or appointments. Monday to Friday, they're there. Over the weekend, they are there, but if you can make an appointment, even better.
Yep.
But I sit at Workers' House, ground floor. There's a real estate sales office.
Okay.
We are all keen and ready to serve and to show you and to teach you. Diaspora, we got you.
Okay.
We have all the property. Come to us first. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Now we'll have to bring this to a close, but I just wanted to inquire from you, what would be your last word to the viewer? How would you want them to contact you? If you have details of how they can get to you, that would be awesome to tell them. And then basically your last word to the people in North America, Canada, Europe, Africa, wherever they might be living and watching you. What is the final message you might have for them?
We're very easy to get a hold of. The NSSF website has if you go to nssfug.org, it has a real estate tab that has buy or rent. Solana is there. You can just click. It will give you a contact page. We'll get in touch with you. We also have a Solana website, which is www.solanalifestyleandresidences.com. And that is our flagship our website for this particular project. It also has a contact form there. You can find us. Customer care on NSSF's website would comfortably give you our contact info. There's basically a million ways to get in touch with us. However, I'm going to share, hopefully there's a flyer that can be put on the screen that has the team's contact names, their pictures, their email addresses, because I think you need to know who you're dealing with. All the information is available on the NSSF website, on the Solana Lifestyle and Residences.com website, and I will be sharing. I have a business card that I will put on the screen as well for you to be able to reach out to me.